different opening to episode 3, chasing these whitetails in Virginia. Got back here last night, brought Caleb and Karen with me. We're going to spend Thanksgiving today with the family, in-laws. My brother-in-law, Carl, he's hunting this morning. I decided not to because I didn't want to leave Karen and Caleb in a dark, unfamiliar house without me here this morning. So I hung back and thought I'd come out and do a little opener. We're, like I said, back up for Thanksgiving. We'll get some hunting in maybe this afternoon. If not, I'll just move my stand this afternoon and get 2 good days of hunting in while we're here Friday and Saturday. But just a beautiful morning watching these does feed on the acorns in the backyard here. They finally got nervous and run off. But beautiful Thanksgiving morning here. Calm, cold. It's going to get colder as the weekend goes. Great weather, so we're excited about the hunting. Hopefully Carl will score this morning. There's a buck up on the hill. Little buck. But very thankful for this opportunity that we've had. Such a beautiful place. Everybody think today about, as you're watching this, what are you thankful for? And let's try the best we can to let every day be Thanksgiving Day. It really should be. I let Karen and Caleb sleep in. She was kind of waking up when I came outside. We will see what happens. Maybe Carl will get lucky this morning and enjoy a good Thanksgiving dinner today and get back in the tree for the weekend. Y'all stand by. There's a little more woods, a little more property on the back of the dam than I thought. Nice little thicket looks like over here. Wow, yeah. Tree line might not be a bad sit. This is where I killed my buck last week. My brother-in-law was hunting this morning. It's Thanksgiving morning. I'm moving my stand. I want to adjust it for that giant 8. I don't have a name for him yet. He's a giant 8. on getting my stand. I'm gonna make a little bit of adjustment for my next couple days for him. Very nice, extensive road system on this property that can pretty much get my truck everywhere. That really helps. So I'm gonna ease down here and get this climber. Fixing to go up here on the ridge, set my stand for this big deer. I don't know if these are his rubs, but this is another trail that branches off the trail he's walking, tore up with rubs. They're smaller than the trees on that trail up there where he was walking, but that's not saying he didn't make these. Just trying to piece all this together, give my best opportunity the next 2 days. Giant 8 and some other bucks are using this little bottom right here. They coming off that ridge up there, thick 40 acres behind it, crossing this bottom, going up that ridge, straight back to corn, about 800 yards. This trail gets down here and branches about 3 ways coming off that ridge. I wouldn't doubt they come stage up here in the evenings when the thermals start dropping, pulling scent down from all these ridges, and they can stand right in here taking those thermals in. The danger, does, whatever, they can stand right here in cover, and all the information's dropping right down to them just by the thermals. This is probably the footsteps of that giant 8 before I got him up on the ridge on my cell cam. I adjusted this one camera right here on this trail because I had it on the trail over there, and he didn't walk in front of it, so that told me he probably come down here. And that's when I noticed other rubs up to that cell cam. See, he didn't go that way. There's another trail right here. Let's see if I got him the past few days while I've been gone. so far. My brother-in-law took a buck. I've took a buck. My brother-in-law's also taking a doe. By Virginia game laws, I have to take another doe before I can buck hunt. Just to be honest with myself and everybody, I didn't trust myself to get in my stand up there at the bedding area. If one of these big bucks, especially that giant 8, came by before a doe did, I'm just being straight up with everybody. I didn't trust myself to do the right thing. So I decided to use the lake, a barn in the driveway, as a pinch point to try to get a doe out here early. Been seeing a lot of does in this bottom above the lake, coming down from all the oaks up around the house where they've been feeding. I got me a little hide spot here in a grove of trees between 2 fields. We'll see what happens. I got decent cover. Hopefully they'll come down and drop off this hill behind me. I can get a good right-handed, propped up good shot in that field right there, where they might walk this bottom, coming from up there, feeding on the acorns, going back to bed. And hopefully, you'll never hear me say this, I hope I don't see a shooter first. Crossing down there at the head of the lake. I've had one deer drop down the hill over there across the lake. Well, this side of the lake, but crossed over and went up on the ridge. Had another deer came down this ridge right in front of me. Got over there on the edge, I think the deer bedded down, because it just vanished. Didn't come out from behind the tree over there. So I think it bedded down. Beautiful morning, about 25, 24 degrees. Wind hadn't kicked up yet. It's forecast travel route coming out of the corn. I had some does come by that. Gotta harvest a doe so I can start buck hunting again. While this wind's picked up, I'm gonna try to ease my way up one of these draws in the hardwoods with the wind in my face. See if I can come up on a doe. I gotta get a doe so I can buck hunt. And this would be I think I see a deer. That was my setup this morning, sitting on that little knoll. I'll come down now, try to ease my way up through the hardwoods. This wind picked up like this, I can get the wind in my face, it'll cover my sound, and I might be able to slip up on a doe. Gotta make it happen. I only got today and tomorrow. Gotta get back to buck hunting. It's my little hide right here this morning. Good little spot. I can see this bottom well. Saw 4 deer. You saw that one young doe come right here in my lap. She was too small. But I went for a walkabout. These high winds, seeing if I could sneak up on a doe and go ahead and harvest one. But it didn't happen. I think these deer are laid up. This heavy wind. I'm gonna get my stuff together and go over here to the house. Hadn't heard from my brother-in-law this morning, so anxious to see what kind of hunt he had over there where he's been seeing all them bucks. Give it another go this evening, but I really like this spot. I'm glad I found this. It's a nice little flat right here. Just like a little knoll. Drops off real steep right here with these rocks. And, you know, you got a field over here to your northwest, and this bottom that feeds the lake down there, and all hardwoods, corn that way. Just a great little spot to sit. I might sit this again this evening, I don't know. We'll see what this wind does, but get this stuff up and get in the house here and get me some coffee. Y'all stay tuned. We're trying to make number 3 just as exciting as 1 and 2. Virginia whitetails, still chasing them. Paradise. Good morning, everybody. Saturday after Thanksgiving, Virginia. 23 degrees, northwest wind, about 2 miles an hour. To calm. Backed up to a bedding area to my southeast. About as far in here as I can get without sounding like an elephant sitting up. And far enough out to where hopefully most of the deer that come in here will go past me to bed, not bed around me. In the past week, we've had shooters come up this ridge on a camera. One giant 8 in particular. I feel like with this cold night, it's going to take them a little bit to get here from the crops. Swinging for the fence today. My brother-in-law's in his spot. He sees deer every time he sits there. Thankful to be here. Thankful for the health to continue to do what I love to do. Thankful to my wife, my son. The good Lord above that gives me the strength, knowledge, and the skill. JC's incredibly intelligent animals that are professionals at staying alive. Sonics saved me right there, buddy. They're headed toward a deep, thick gully that's at the head of that lake. It's about 10:30. Last deer I saw was that doe that moved just on the other side of that little strip of holly trees and beech trees where those bucks did this morning. That seems to be the trail they're using in here. I'm gonna make a little bit of adjustment for the evening hunt, but we'll sit another 30 minutes or so, and then I thought about sitting all day, but it's just really died off since that doe. And none of the other cameras are firing off on the travel routes I got them on coming out of the corn. But it was a good hunt this morning. I mean, it's, typical edge of the bedding area hunting. You're risking seeing deer and not getting opportunities at them because it's a little bit thick, but learned a little bit on how they're moving through here. I got a card camera right down there on a bench they were headed to, so maybe I got those bucks this morning. I'll check it on the way out. But one last evening, we head home tomorrow. Depending on how the evening goes, I might do a short hunt in the morning. I don't know. I know Karen and Caleb's ready to get home, but well, we're heading in for our last evening hunt here in Virginia. My brother-in-law, he's gonna go up to the spot he killed his buck the first night we got here, and sitting on a ladder stand up there, and I'm going up on the ridge where I sat this morning. See what we can make happen. It's been an amazing trip, so been blessed with good weather, good times, good memories. So we're gonna ease on in, see what we can get done. been settled. Final evening, just below where I sat this morning. These two bucks came down, hit this bench, went down in this draw, thick, nasty draw down there. Does did the same thing, but they just basically walked the opposite direction. Still used this little area right here. I moved my stand about 40 yards because I had some holly trees and beech trees blocking the trail they walked. Another beautiful evening, I tell you. Just nothing else to say but just sit back and enjoy it. Watching the sun slip below the ridge over there, reflecting off the lake. What a fitting end to an amazing trip. Brother-in-law was able to harvest an 8-point. I was able to harvest an 8-point. Brother-in-law also took a doe. Not too shabby for two Carolina boys that never hunted this property before. Just did a little scouting from home, dropping some pins the way I do. Got up here and found out this was an amazing piece of property to chase these whitetails on. I want to thank Dan and Jeannie and Daniel for hosting us, allowing us to stay in the farmhouse and just treating us like family. There's still good people in the world. Grateful for the hospitality and the new friendships and memories that we was able to experience this week. Hopefully, we'll have an opportunity to come back. Maybe in December is what Carl and I was thinking about, and see if we can really get one of these real big bruisers on the ground that's up here. There's some good deer. But either way, this has been a trip for the books, that's for sure. I'm just gonna sit here and watch this orange sunset turn gray and call it a day. Appreciate y'all watching. Next time you see me in a tree, I'll be back in South Carolina, sitting on a river bottom. Appreciate y'all.